Hi, I'm Charmaine. Welcome to the Love of Self podcast, where we delve into the emotional aspects of finding love for self. Today's topic is the darkness of light. I was recently considering the metaphoric concept of our light and gathered that it has to do with our illuminated self and the energy that we bring to the world and what that exposes internally and externally. The energy that we give off that creates an awareness, a discovery. It creates knowledge, wisdom. It creates a structure of being. And while gathering this understanding for myself, I began to remember these dreams I had. A few years back, I had two similar dreams in different ways, a few years apart. The more recent dream was a woman. She was kneeled down on the ground in darkness, and she was feeling her way through the ground and all the murkiness, and all she could do was feel. She couldn't see, but she seemed to be very comfortable. She seemed like this was just who she was, or this was her personality. She liked being this way. Then eventually, there was a light in the background. The light started to show on her all of the feeling that she was having through this murkiness. She could now see what she was feeling, and she didn't like that. It was like the light came across her, it exposed something, and it really annoyed her. And she kind of looked back at the light and was disgusted by it, really. She didn't want to see what she was feeling. She didn't want what was in this murkiness to be exposed. She only wanted to continue doing things in her own dark way. It was almost like she seemed to rather go through this murky experience through feeling it, but not seeing it. She only wanted to experience her life through whatever the sensation that she felt with this pattern of behavior or actions or comfortability. And when the light came and she seemed so disgusted by it, I tried to ask, why don't you want to see what's there? The light is telling you the truth of what you're feeling. And I kind of got the feeling that it's just not how she wanted to go about things. She was used to being in this dark place, in this space. She did not seem to want to interact with her behavior and feeling, and what the light was exposing of what that truly was. And that was the end of that dream. So I gather possibly the message that I can gain with that is how light and what we see as light being the exposure to the truth, light being the illumination of what's there, of the world, of what's in front of us, of ourselves. And that exposure bringing us to a realization of our surroundings. And I started to think the interesting thing about light being that when you're in darkness and the light comes, how uncomfortable it is, how our eyes get irritated when it's pitch black and dark, and then all of a sudden the light shines on our face, and how much adjustment is needed in order to see. And that painful process, I feel, is what that dream was telling me. The irritability of adjustment, the striking change from what was so comfortable, what has us in a state of restful peace. And then we're brought to the light, and it shakes all of that up. It shakes all of that comfortability up. Now we have to deal with reality. Now we have to get up and get ourselves ready. We have to face life now. We have to see what we couldn't see before. We have to know something. We have to prepare for something. We have to learn something. We have to become something. The darkness was the easy space to experience our comfortability. It was our relaxed state of unawareness. And in our state of slumber, we can just feel however we feel in that state. We can feel the comfortability regardless of what's really there. And so I think that's an important distinction, the negative emotions that the light can bring. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's the people that see your light and can't handle it, don't like it, don't want to see it, don't want to know that you exist. They don't want to feel you. It irritates their comfortability of your unique existence, of your unique light. So now I'd like to go at a previous dream to that dream. This particular dream, there was a person walking through a tunnel in darkness, but then the person begins to see light at the end of the tunnel. So, of course, is drawn to the light and walks through. But there's a certain point of the tunnel where clarity begins. This person walked up on a mess of stuff in the tunnel. And then in this particular spot, the person starts to organize things. They begin putting things away, making itself a clear path to keep moving forward. But I noticed within the dream that this particular spot within this tunnel allowed for this individual to see what was there. If the person kept going into the light, they would have been blinded. And if they kept going back into darkness, they also would have been blinded. So I gather from my interpretation of this is that part of our experience of understanding, of healing, of reorganizing, of developing ourselves is this special place of balancing the light, the knowledge, the awareness, the upliftment, and the dark, the hidden features, the unknown, the hidden possibilities, the things that make us afraid. There's a balance of reorganization with our awareness of this inner counteractive journey where the balance between the light and dark help us see. Both sides bring clarity to our truth, and we need both sides for the truth. If we go too far into darkness, we lose sight of ourselves. If we go too far into the light, we lose sight of humanity. We lose sight of compassion, and the compassion can go either way in the light and the dark. But they both have two ends of the same energy. They both, unfortunately, help us to not see either ourselves or others. So I took that dream as a key part of my life, that it was time to see what I needed to do for myself in order to move forward, to see how the light within me needed to see the dark, and the dark within me needed to see the light. I needed to restructure myself. I needed to bring self-organization from who I thought I was into who I needed to become. I needed to gain clarity somewhere that had an aspect of both sides of me. And I needed to face the reality within that. I needed to face myself. I needed to face the world that I created, the wrong that I created, the right that I created, and all that came with that. All of it that helped me see myself, see the people that I was around, that helped me see the light within me that irritated me so bad. It helped me see the necessary adjustments that were pivotal to my continued elevation and understanding, as well as my peace and all things that come with that. I could continue to stay in the dark, to stay in the comfortability, and I could also continue to not deal with the realities of what's truly there. After all, what is life for, if not for development? Something that helps us see and grow and know. Something that helps the development of our wisdom. Something that brings us clarity of what needs to be done, of what needs to be said, of what needs to be fixed, of what needs elevation. Whatever realizations that our light brings us, it will certainly need the dark spaces within us to see. I'd like to thank you for taking these few moments to listen to what I have to say. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So I'd like to ask you, what do you think about your light? What do you believe your light is showing you? What do you believe your dark is showing you? What clarity do those opposing things help you see about yourself? When you look at it, the exposing factors, what becomes clear within you? What does it bring on what you need to work on within yourself? And what does it expose of all the work that you've already done? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment or email theloveofselfpodcast@gmail.com. Please remember, I'm not a therapist. Also, my new book is out, Love Yourself, a book of poetry and spiritual writings for self-love. It's available now on bookbaby.com. Purchase link is in my Instagram bio. I wish you all peace, love, and joy always. Until next time.